My name's Vince Medina. Actually, my first name's Frank. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I go by Vince. I'm currently the service manager here at Berge Volkswagen. I've worked with the Berge Auto Group since 2005. So I started right out of high school. Came out of the East Valley Institute of Technology program. Walked in here about a month out of high school and haven't walked out since. You know, the biggest thing about, I think, Berge being different than other places is we really care about the customer, and we really care about doing the right thing, and that trumps anything else. Taking care of the customer properly and doing everything the proper way, the way you'd want your mother or your family member treated. That's why we stand out, because we really do care. We really care. You know, the number one thing that we do is we do a lot of training. We're constantly improving. We're constantly learning. We're constantly evolving. So, you know, none of us ever say, oh, I've worked here 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Oh, I know everything. It's almost like you're a student of people, and you learn and evolve how to treat people and how to, when you make a mistake, you learn not to do it again. This way it's not a mistake again. When you've been working at the same place for a period of time, and even as short as a year for some of the newer staff members, you get to know these people. You get to know these people's families, what they like, what they don't like, things that make them happy, and you start to develop a relationship with them. And then the whole dynamic changes, where you're not just serving a person, you're serving almost like a member of your family that you get to know. And it makes your job fun, and it makes your job a lot easier. Most of the time, of course, there's always challenging family members, right, so to speak. But you really get to know people, and if you take a genuine interest in people, it's kind of hard not to care. You know, one of my highlights was helping a customer who, they're quite elderly now, but they were married in 1955, right after Disneyland opened. And I'm kind of a little bit of a Disney buff. Not a crazy Disney buff, but I do like Walt Disney Company and Disneyland, and they actually were there like the third week it was open. And me and my wife actually got to go and visit them. I went to their house for dinner and chat, and just hearing their stories of back in the mid-1950s and their life and the things they've done, it was truly enjoyable. I've had customers over the years that I started helping myself as a 18-year-old, and you know, now 15 years later, their newborn baby that I met at the time is now getting ready to drive, or vice versa, where I had a 10-year-old and now they're 25 and have kids of their own. And it's cool to see people grow and see people evolve, and then how people change over time too. And as your situation in life changes, and you know, you start off as a single teenager living at home with your parents, and you go out on your own and buy your own home and get married. You know, I started here as an 18-year-old living with my mom and dad, and now I'm a parent with 2 boys and happily married for over 10 years. So it's really interesting over the years seeing not only myself and the changes, but just seeing people change that I continue to serve and help. So that's where that family thing comes in, because you just really get to know people.